We have changed the language of humanity. Human beings are speaking a completely different language. And I don't mean English, Spanish, Japanese, none of that. Hell no. I mean the phone. The thing that you're watching me on right now, if you're watching your phone, most things you see have been edited. That means it ain't real. You can take out the good stuff. You can leave in the good stuff, take out the bad stuff, edit. And so you don't ever see the micro expressions in my face. You'll never see my body language. It's hard for you as a human being to communicate with me when I'm manipulating the way that you see me and the way that you hear me. This is everything that you see on the screen is changing your human brain. It's changing the way humans interact. If we're standing in front of each other, you're watching my body language, you see everything. If I fart, you hear it, you smell it. It's an experience. But on the phone, if I fart, I just cut it out. If I say something wrong, I just cut it out. If there's anything I don't like, I just remove it. And so you don't never get to know the bad things about me. All you do is get to know the good things about me. And so now every time we interact with each other, we only get the best version of ourselves. You never see that I just woke up in the morning and I still got crust in my eyes. You don't see that version of me. So now as we're talking to each other in a different way, we're allowing ourselves to be manipulated. I'm listening to this wonderful podcast. My digital mentor, a man named Sean Cannell, runs a YouTube channel. And the person he's interviewing, I have no idea what his name is. He's rich, he's a millionaire. Lots of people are rich, lots of people are millionaires. How did he get his money is the question, yes? So he's also a creator, just like myself. I am a creator, but he doesn't use my physical hands and my voice and my tonality. Nah, this is really me. He uses AI. He uses artificial intelligence. He scanned himself into the program, and so now the machine, it knows his brains, it knows his thoughts, it has access to all of his previous videos. And so when you watch this person's channel, you're not watching him, you're watching a digital representation of who he is, because since you can't see him, smell him, touch him, he can pretend to be whatever he wants. That's the world we live. That's the world that we exist in right now. Lots of content creators are shifting over from the physical and the direct connection with their audience. They say, it's no big deal. It's no big deal. These people don't need to have access to any of my thoughts or my opinions or any of this. I could just go on and just give it all to the digital computer. I could give it all to the internet. And when I give it to the internet, hell, you got to accept it for what it is. And I'm asking, do you want an authentic experience? And what does it mean to be an authentic person? What does it mean to be an authentic human? These conversations, as we change the language of humanity, these things are happening right now. All these things are happening right now. And like me, I really don't like watching nasty movies. Personally, I don't like watching nasty movies. Me, personally, I don't like eating McDonald's. Personally, I don't like eating McDonald's. But sometimes I do it because it's fast, it's cheap. If it comes to the nasty movies, she's not here right now. She stays across town, she'll be here later. Whatever the scheduling is, I don't like shortcuts. I want the real thing. I like big butts. I want to touch it. I want the real thing. I don't want no plastic. I don't want no BBL. I don't want none of that. I want to have a true, authentic experience. Like, it feels good to be human. I'm outside right now. I'm outside. It feels good to walk outside. It feels good to explore the world. It feels good to touch water. That's how I know it's real. It feels good to have a conversation with you. That's how you know I'm real. And now in a world where we're shifting what reality is, where reality means, hell, you're the consumer. You can say, I don't like that. I don't want that. I don't have to eat McDonald's. I can easily say, I don't want that stupid ass $5 meal. Forget that meal. I can easily take that $5 and go and get some meat. Hell no, you can't get no meat. A pound of ground beef costs $5. And I ain't bought no bread. I ain't bought no condiments. And then I ain't clean up. I ain't did this. The cost, the value proposition for having something that's good. Right? If I go in the kitchen and I prepare some hamburgers from scratch, I gotta open up the meat, turn on the frying pan, warm up some sesame seed buns. I gotta prepare. I gotta cut the onion, peel the lettuce. But I think it's better. It's more healthy. And I don't know if any creator is thinking about the healthiness or the sustainability of the relationship with people. A lot of creators say the word algorithm. And I was talking to a creator that's significantly larger than me. He has like 70,000 subscribers. And he said something to me that hurt my feelings. As a creator, it broke my heart, because I told him in the chat. I was in the chat and I was like, yo, I don't want to do everything the algorithm tells me to do. I don't want to follow instructions. The algorithm says touch your toes. The algorithm says open up your booty hole. I don't want to do that. I don't want to bend over backwards, forward, sideways for a goddamn digital machine. I don't. And when I said this in the chat, this creator that's bigger than me, he said, hell, it's easy for you to say that right now. I'm the greatest American alive. It's easy for you to say that right now because you ain't making no money. Excuse me, sir. My channel is monetized. I done made $70. Okay? I'm getting paid. I understand that if I say the other things, if I play the game, if I say I don't like black people, if I say black women suck, if I say these things, if I say these very specific words, I know that I tickle the algorithm, and the algorithm shows this video to all these people who want to hear me say ugly things about people who look like me, or I don't have to. I know if I say Drake's name or Kendrick's name or whatever the current event is, the algorithm will have me chasing some celebrity's tail all across the world. For what? To keep you distracted so that we get further and further away from the language of being human, and we get more and more become the product of what the machine wants me to be. The machine don't want me to care about history or how I changed the future. The algorithm wants me to be stuck right now. I'm gonna stare at my screen for 7 hours because engagement, retention is the only thing this machine wants. How do I get this person to keep this phone in his hand for 7, 8, 10 hours a day? I think the average screen time for Americans is something like 8, 10 hours a day. A day? Holy Christ, that's half the day. That means you're looking at your phone while you're eating. You're looking at your phone while you're taking a dump. You're looking at your phone while you're with your kids. You're looking at your phone while you're with your wife. Your phone is the most important thing in your entire life. And because I have this symbiotic relationship with a digital device, now my favorite creators can pretend to be themselves and give you a digital avatar and just change the whole reality. Human beings are losing humanity because shit, it's hard to be human. It's hard to have a relationship. It's hard to be a good friend. It's challenging to be a good husband. It's very difficult to be an outstanding father. All these things are subjective based on what kind of person you want to be, what your goals are, what your morals are. Get mad, you know, my ex-wife, she said, who wants to see a big fat ass black man walking down the bayou sweating, talking shit? And I'm like, you married me, had 3 kids by me. Don't ever talk shit to the man that you gave babies to. Are you crazy? I'm a creator, but women are the OG creators. And when you make the decision to give a man a child, that's the greatest gift in the history of the world. That's reality. Creation is the greatest gift that any person can give another person. Man, me making this video for you, I'm actually making it for myself, having a conversation with me about who I want to be. What type of creator do I want to be? What type of world do I want to live in? What kind of language do I want to speak? And as I ask myself these questions, I'm like, I'm glad if you're here. If you're here, you're listening, you're rocking with me, that's fantastic. I want to know, what kind of human do you want to be? What kind of world do you want to exist in? What kind of stories do you want to hear? I want to hear authentic stories. You know, one of the best parts about being in prison was the men inside of prison. Everything, like television stays on like 1 or 2 channels or something. And so the men, we got to sing songs. We got to play games. We got to tell stories. We have to engage in the action of being human, human discovery, challenging thoughts, questioning ideas, fighting back sometimes when ideas get too big or they challenge my reality too much. We got a fist fight. We do. I don't give a fuck. It happens like that. That's the friction of humans. Humans have lots of friction. The friction point is, damn, what do you like? What do you dislike? And how do we get along? That's the friction point. That's the motherfucking friction point right there. How do we get along? And if it's easier for me to get along with a digital girlfriend, with a digital friend, with digital children, with synthesized everything, then humans are over. We're extinct. No need for Skynet. That's the end of the story. The Bible's closed. The end.